Steve, Jeff was in here. We asked him to evaluate the secondary, and he thought your guys' play this season was up and down, but he thought you had played well this season. How would you assess your performance and then the group as a whole?
Um, we got some young guys come play. Mike, Avery, first time players, and it's a struggle for them. To understand the defense is pretty intense. So I mean, yeah, we up and down. They were still trying to learn. We had some good games, and I just pushed myself. Try to get better every week, and just because I understand the game a little bit more than some of the guys. And I feel like Mark played pretty well, and I think Josh he played this was his best season.
Steve, obviously this season hasn't gone the way you guys have wanted, but would ending it with a win at Oregon State take any of the bitterness away, or is it still gonna be pretty much a bitter feeling?
Yeah, I mean it's always a bitter feeling. You don't get no post game, or you don't feel like you're not feeling like you're somebody because you're not going into post season play. So I mean it'll take away a little bit, but you always want to have a winning season. So
Can you give us your scouting report on Brandon Cooks and Marcus Wheaton and what makes them so effective?
they pretty good guys. They pretty fast. And the team just have a balance between running and passing, and they do it really well. It's not very high tempo like Oregon was. So I mean, they're gonna huddle. It's gonna take the time of possession, and they lead the nation in that. So you just gotta be ready. I mean, because it's pretty slow. It's like NFL. So I mean, it's just football. Like it's just regular football. You just gotta know your rules and play assignment football.
Steve, will that be kind of weird? You've played a lot of teams that play at fast pace, none of more so than Oregon. Now all of a sudden you're playing more of a traditional thing where they actually huddle and walk to the line of
Mhm.
scrimmage. Is that going to be feel strange?
Yeah, I mean, you get a little bit more rest, and I mean, takes me back to USC or playing like Washington. They didn't go too fast because they got like a pro style offense, and it's more convenient for the players on defense. I think to actually have that type of offense. But when you face the high tempo teams, it's really fast. You get really tired if you can't get the team off the field. So.
Steve, what kind of a atmosphere is there on the team with this facing this last game? What kind of mood do your teammates have with this? All of a sudden, it's over.
I think a lot of guys is ready to play. Like I mean, I never really felt like people weren't ready to play, but it's just like we got a lot of young guys that don't know the defense as much or like maybe the offense as much, so it's taking them a little time to get adjusted and just knowing the circumstances of the games um, and the situations inside the game it's a little tough for them because they don't understand. So
Steve, how are the players mentally adjusting to the fact that you're so far out of contention this year? Do you feel like the staff has lost any of the guys? Do you feel like there's a united um, desire to right the ship? What's your sense of what the locker room is like at this point?
I mean, I feel like guys are saying, hey, we're gonna go 4-8, and we're gonna win this last game. I hear a lot of that going on. I don't hear too many guys saying, hey, I don't really care about the season, and that's what you want to hear going into the game. Well, for me, anyways, I want to hear people saying we can win this last game, and I think we can. This is one of the more like it's not as hard as Oregon because the tempo and everything. I think we can manage the game better.
Steve, how's the team doing sort of blocking out, or are you able to block out sort of all the stuff that's going on outside talk about Coach Tedford's status and stuff? Do players hear that? Do they concern themselves? Do you have to try to intentionally not listen to it, or how do you How do you handle that?
Yeah, I mean, well, people just talk. This is how it goes. I mean, I don't know much about what's going on outside. I mean, I know that Coach Teffer's a good guy, and I like being coached by him. He brought me here, so I mean, I'm feeling comfortable with him. I mean, teams go through adverse moments, and this is one of our adverse moments. Coach Teffer's been here for a long time. He's been winning for a long time, so I'm behind him 100%.
You optimistic about the future of the program though, in terms of being able to get back to where you guys want to be?
No, I mean, I don't think that we can't get back to where we want to go because I mean, just look at Notre Dame. It's just like they weren't that good. Like the next thing you know, they're one of the top teams in the country. It happens every year. Like one of the down programs always make a turnaround. So anything is possible. Anybody like the games this season. It could have went our way some games, and we could be sitting here talking about a bowl game, but we're not. So just sometimes you got to have a little luck on your side.
Steve, just a couple minutes ago, you seemed to imply that a lot of guys in the team don't know the offense and defense. This is the 12th game of the year. Is that what you meant to say? Know the offense and defense by this point in the season?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely meant what I said. Like, I mean, the concepts are a little complex for some of the guys. I mean, it was like that for me at a point. So, I mean, I could understand you can't be too mad at them. So, because it's, your first year playing, it's just the recognition of, like, playing out there is a lot different for some guys. And, like, when emotion happens or something, like, what do you do? How do you adjust? And, like, like some people just have brain farts or something on the field. I don't know, but it's like they don't know what's going on sometimes.
People have what on the field?
Like brain farts, I guess, like their brain just goes and like like something happens and it's not drawn up like it was in practice maybe, and they don't know how to adjust to it sometimes.
Do you feel the systems are too complex, or they need to be simpler in terms of making it easier for guys to understand? Or?
No, I don't think so. I think I mean, like how bad do you want to know, your assignment, and how bad do you want to win? I think I put in extra work to like know what I got to do and knowing what the other team is doing towards me. So I don't know what the other guys do in their spare time, but I know I like look at film and try to get as close to perfect as I can for the game because you never know what they're gonna do.
Okay, time for a final question for Steve? Okay, thanks.